Alright guys, I'm back again. That last episode, it sounded like most of my audio came through, but it was cutting out a lot. So that is solely to blame on the Elgato software. I'm going to try it again today with the OBS instead. Hopefully it'll be a little clearer, no more choppiness. Seemed like there were some fixes, but it was really awkward to accomplish. So we'll try this instead. Hopefully I got my balance good, but I'll check it after I record it and we'll find out. Let's go.
I knew that I'd find you snoozing down here. Roxas?
Shion, what happened to me?
You were sleeping for a long time. Science said there was no telling when you might wake up. But I'm glad you did.
I kind of feel like a zombie, though.
I brought you this. It's a seashell. I've been picking one up on every mission. Hold it up to your ear.
Okay, so Roxas has awakened again. And that was because Sora is now asleep. It seems that Roxas has gotten strong enough that he can't coexist with Sora anymore like he could for the first couple weeks there. And now there's also Shion, who just from looking at her you can guess she has something to do with Sora, but that means there's now two people pulling on his power, and they're not chumps either. The whereabouts of the members who were sent to Castle Oblivion were still unknown. Roxas received a solo mission. Well, that was a whole lot of nothing. Roxas is all alone. Poor guy. Roxas carried out his daily missions alone. Not forever, though. And an almost 20-day skip.
Hey, Roxas. It's been a while. What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Axel. I heard everyone at Castle Oblivion was annihilated.
Not me. I'm tough.
You had me worried.
Worry? We nobodies don't have the hearts to worry, you know?
I'll go buy some ice cream.
I gotta check in with the boss. He's gonna let me have it.
You haven't reported back yet?
No.
Why'd you come here?
I guess I just needed a little time to sort out my feelings, you know?
I thought you didn't have a heart.
Hey, your ice cream's melting. Eat up.
Oh. You know, I started inviting Shion up here while you were gone.
Shion?
I made her a promise that the three of us could have ice cream when you got back. Shion. She's my friend too.
Why didn't you report in?
What? Not even one little word of appreciation?
The only thing I've heard is that Nami has gone missing.
There one minute, gone the next. I don't know how she got out.
Did you search every room?
Are you kidding? You know as well as I do that searching through every room there is impossible.
And in the chamber? Did you find it?
Come on, I would have told you that much. I gotta hand it to you. About Marusha being one of the traitors, you knew exactly what was up from the start.
I merely rounded up and sent off the ones who were getting away.
Whoa there. Was I one of those you wanted to erase?
Good to see you made it back safe.
I disposed of Zexion, by the way. I moved things along just the way you wanted. At least for now. You know, you're more cheerful.
You really think so? I was thinking the same about you.
Yeah, well, I guess. You must have rubbed off on me.
Huh?
Nah, it's thanks to you that we get to sit here again and laugh while having ice cream.
Huh. I wonder if Shion's gonna show today.
I guess she didn't. Roxas worried over having not seen Shion in over 10 days. They had yet to fulfill their promise of having ice cream together with Axel.
Shion!
Roxas? Ah!
Oops.
Shion!
Roxas! We have to take that thing out first.
Shion, are you okay?
Roxas?
Easy. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. Thank you. It's just...
You can tell us all about it. But why don't we head back first? There you go.
Thank you.
Eat up. It's gonna melt.
Yeah.
What's wrong? I thought you'd wolf it down.
Did something happen?
We're here for you if you want to get it off your chest. Right, Roxas?
He's right. That's what friends are for.
I can't use the Keyblade anymore. And without the Keyblade, I can't do my job.
What exactly happened?
I don't know. But if I don't defeat Heartless with the Keyblade, the hearts they release will just find their way into other Heartless instead. I swat them in one place, and they just pop up in another. My mission is to go out and collect hearts. If I'm unable to use the Keyblade, I'll be useless.
Is there anything you can do, Axel?
I wish there was, but it's just like she said. Without the Keyblade, she can't collect hearts.
And once they find out, they're gonna turn me into a dusk.
We can't do anything?
I already told you there's nothing we can... Hold on.
Did you think of something?
Roxas, you can work double duty.
Huh?
What do you mean?
Shion, make sure your missions are with Roxas until you can use the Keyblade again. That way, he can collect the hearts and no one will know that you can't use the Keyblade.
That's it.
But that means you have to collect twice as many hearts.
Yeah, I can do it.
Would you?
Of course I would.
But
Friends need to lean on each other every now and then. Ain't that right, Roxas?
we're friends. Axel, does that mean you and I are friends, too?
Well, if you're friends with Roxas, then yeah, of course you're my friend.
Thank you, Roxas, Axel.
Just eat your ice cream.
And what you were seeing there was not a glitch. They were swapping back and forth between Axel's perspective and Roxas's perspective. Roxas could see her with her hood down and making a lot of facial expressions, while Axel saw her with her hood up, being kind of bland, and he didn't really want to look directly at her because it seems like he knows something. It was kind of a trick of perception there. Genie! Roxas and Shion went on a mission together like Axel suggested. Roxas met Aladdin's friend Genie during his mission. When Genie attempted to magically repair the damage from the sandstorm, Roxas informed him that Aladdin had said he wanted to rebuild the town without relying on magic. Genie respected his friend's resolve and decided against using his powers. Roxas reflected on the idea of a friend's resolve.
So best friends are different from plain friends, right?
They're about the same.
Best friends. Huh.
But I'd say best friends are a notch above just plain friends.
So how are they different?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I don't have any best friends.
I see.
Sad Roxas.
The time has arrived. And at long last, we see before us the great collection of hearts. Hearts full of rage, hate, sadness, and bliss. Shining down upon us is the crystallization of all hearts. Kingdom hearts. There, in the sky, hangs the promise of a new world. My friends, let us gain further power to conquer the human heart and claim it as our own. Let us remember why we are here and what we hope to achieve. Hearts shall be gathered and be made our own. Hearts shall never again have power over us.
All this fighting. I wonder what it's for.
Come on, you know what it's for. We have to complete the Great Kingdom Hearts. You saw it too, didn't you?
But what is Kingdom Hearts?
It's the gathering place of hearts, isn't it?
It's where all the hearts wind up after they're released by you. When we gather enough, we might finally get hearts of our own.
Hearts shall be made our own.
Is Kingdom Hearts really that important?
Are you crazy?
I just don't see why having a heart is that important, you know?
Come on. You're wondering about that now?
Well, I don't understand since I don't have a heart.
Roxas,
We'll understand once we have our own hearts. That's why we fight, to find out what it's about.
Okay. I guess you're right.
Roxas and Shion went to the usual spot. They'd begun to get used to going on missions together.
It looks like every nobody in the organization is good at different things.
That's right. Everybody's unique.
even nobodies without hearts?
Just because we don't all have hearts doesn't mean that we're all exactly the same. We each have memories of our pasts.
Memories?
You remember your past?
Yeah, that's one of the things that makes each member of the organization special. We remember who we were as humans.
But I don't.
Me neither.
Well, maybe that right there is what makes you guys the most unique in the organization.
What were you like before you were a nobody?
Huh? Me? Oh, I don't know. I think I've always been pretty much the same.
I wish I could remember stuff like that.
Really? It's just baggage, you know.
But I can't remember anything, not even from when I was born a nobody.
All you did was stare into space.
Oh, thanks.
You know, I don't remember much either.
You two sure do have a lot in common.
I wonder what kind of guy I was before.
Well, there we see Naminé and Diz setting up at that house. So things are starting to get into motion. Shion, informed by Saïx that she and Roxas would no longer go on missions together, worried over still being unable to use her Keyblade. Roxas in turn lent Shion his Keyblade. That's pretty notable right there. There are a few instances of Sora either trying to hand over or having his Keyblade stolen from him. He was always able to immediately call it back to himself without any trouble, and sometimes it popped back without him trying to. It just went back home. Even though his Keyblade technically belongs to someone else, that same thing still happens. So that Keyblade is his, and his alone, and nobody can take it from him. Even if he wanted to give it away, he couldn't give it away, but Roxas can give it to Shion, and she can just use it. No big deal. So, if you hadn't already started putting it together by now, you probably would if you had been paying any attention to how the Keyblade behaved in the previous games. You start to get the idea that Roxas and Shion may not actually be separate beings, so to speak. They might be two pieces of a whole.
Thanks, Roxas. You can have this back.
Do you remember anything?
I don't know. But let me try again. Huh?
You did it!
Roxas, it worked!
I can't wait to tell Axel this. Let's go.
Yeah.
Axel!
Whoa! Where'd you come from?
How was your mission?
You know, I sure wish the Heartless would hold still once in a while. I fell right on my butt chasing them around.
I thought you said you were tough.
Yeah, whatever. That's got nothing to do with it. So, how did your caper go?
Ta-da!
Roxas, Axel, thank you.
I didn't do anything.
You made it possible for the two of us to go on a mission together.
If it weren't for you, Shion might never have remembered how to use the Keyblade.
So thanks, Axel.
How about a sea salt ice cream then?
Huh?
Buy me one and we'll call it even.
You got it. I'll be right back.
I hope we can always be just like this forever.
Me too.
What's that all about?
I just want these days to last forever. Hanging out, the ice cream, the sunsets.
Well, nothing lasts forever, you know. Least of all for a bunch of nobodies like us. But it's okay if things change and we can't meet up here.
Huh?
As long as we keep each other in our thoughts, none of us will ever have to be apart. Got it memorized?
Wow, that was so not you.
Hey!
As Shion had regained her Keyblade, Roxas returned to carrying out his daily missions as usual. Fighting crazy desert creatures. Another 20-day skip.
Ever heard of knocking?
That's Sykes, by the way. I don't think they had ever named him before
Tell
this
me what
point.
Shion has been doing.
Well, how should I know? I'm not spying on her.
The two of you look pretty close.
So what? Now I've got a rat on my friends to you? I think you should just go.
Today you and Shion will be going on the same mission.
Well, thank you, sir, for personally delivering that message to me.
We also need you to go back to Castle Oblivion soon.
Says Lord Zemnis.
That castle hasn't given up all its secrets. One, even he doesn't know of its whereabouts.
Even he doesn't know. You mean the chamber, right? We turned that place inside out. If it's there, we're not gonna find it just by looking.
Then let me give you another reason. Shion comes from the castle to which Namine can be traced. The place where both Naminé and Shion were born, it's practically calling out for you.
Whatever. As far as the castle goes, you're the one who really wants to go there. By finding the room that Xemnas is searching for, you would find out everything about Xemnas' true agenda, am I right?
The Chamber of Repose as well as the Chamber of Waking. Xemnas has an agenda that he hasn't told to anybody. And we are bound to find some clues in the Chamber of Waking. And once we obtain those clues, we'll have the upper hand for our own objectives.
I knew the time would come when Vexen and Zexion got in your way. That's why I took the initiative and cleared the way to the top for you. I can handle all the dirty work. You go all the way to the top.
You will be going on a solo mission to Castle Oblivion. Expect the orders soon.
Castle Oblivion. Naminé and Shion.
So that was a little Japanese in the way that dialogue was structured. They seem to be implying that Syx and Axel have a scheme to get to the top of the organization that doesn't necessarily align with Xemnas' goals. Syx and Axel know about something that Xemnas is looking for, those chambers, which I don't think are even kind of explained in this game, but they do come up later, and we'll see them in our video series here eventually. But yeah, so Axel is getting people out of the way that might pose a challenge to Syx on his way up. Vexen and Zexion were both kind of bookish scientist type characters who might have been able to figure out what Syx and Axel were up to if allowed to hang around, and they were two that got eliminated at Castle Oblivion, along with Larxene, who is kind of a loose cannon, and Marluxia, who seemed to have an idea to set up his own organization, or at least get rid of Xemnas and take over himself. And then Lexaeus just was kind of caught in the crossfire. He wasn't one of the rebels or anything. Roxas and Xigbar investigated a new world on a reconnaissance mission. Roxas asked about the purpose of the mission, and Xigbar replied that they were searching for possible candidates to join the organization. Only special nobodies can join the organization. Xigbar then informed Roxas that he and Shion are particularly special nobodies. As you might imagine, with the Keyblade.
Roxas is late today.
Hope Xigbar isn't giving him too hard of a time.
Yeah, right? You know what, Axel? When I sit here and talk with you guys, I get the strangest feeling that a long time ago I used to watch the sunset with somebody else. It's the same when I watch the sea. Someplace by the sea, where I hear the sound of the waves, I get the feeling that I was talking with someone.
So you mean that you have memories of your past?
No, it's not quite like that. Well, I don't know. What do you think? Are these memories?
I wouldn't know either.
You have memories, don't you?
Yeah, sorta. Though it's not like they've ever really done me any good.
Roxas is like me. Neither one of us remembers much. I wonder if he and I had this much in common before we were nobodies.
It's a good question, Shion. Well, that'll do it for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back next time with day 118.